Y'all hang out with us 30 seconds.
With daytime highs approaching 58, 68 Monday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, it's 61 degrees.
Heart disease can be prevented. Magnolia Regional Health Center offers 5 cardiac screenings.
Happy Friday afternoon, you guys. You have done it. We've all done this together. This has been a hard week for everybody, and we have done it together. But it's Friday afternoon at 4, and this is Melinda. I have with me again Mr. Tim Smith, who is the general manager at Tippah Electric. And man, they have been blowing and going and getting people's lights back on. And so we wanted to give him an opportunity to give us an update. So Tim, thanks for coming back.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll just kind of give a small update and kind of go over some of the questions some different questions I continue to get. So we're getting into some small outages. Our outage map, I will tell you, the numbers that are on our outage map are not correct, and we know that it's a thing through the software. We're trying to get it fixed. So as of 1 o'clock today, I asked my engineer. I said, "What are we looking at?" And he says we have 600 outage cases. Now, an outage case can be one person all the way up to 10,000 people. But we have 600 outage cases, but of those 600 outage cases, 519 of them contain 10 people or less. So that lets us know that we're getting down to the part to where we still have some bigger lines out, but not as many, and it's getting down to where we talked about, to where all your neighbors have power and there's 2 or 3 houses that don't, and there's some type of catastrophic damage there. I can't reiterate this enough, because people continue to tell us, hey, they forgot about me. Whatever you do, you're not bothering us, I promise. At least call once a day and say, hey, my power is still out. Because there's going to come a point to where the map is going to want to clear its whole, and everything that's on the map, and we'll still need you to call if you got your power out. Don't sit by and say, well, I hadn't called so far, I don't want to bother them. You're not bothering us. That's going to help us when we get toward the end. Some of the other things, one of the questions we were just talking about here is one of the questions I got earlier today, and it's a good question. We get it every time a major storm comes through, is, well, we don't understand how come you just don't put the entire electric system underground. And we get this every time we have a big outage. And of course, it's very costly. I mean, you're talking $700 million. It would make the light bill. So we can't do that. Plus, the outages sometimes could take longer to restore. So one thing that I've gotten hit on, and I know some of my board members have been asked the same question, said, well, why didn't you put people all over the county at the same time? In other words, why didn't you go over here and get 10 or 15 people over here, and then go over here and get 10 or 15 people, just so that a few people get power here, and a few people get power here, and a few people get power here? And that actually slows our process down greatly. We have a process that we follow, and we pick the lines we go on, and so that we have to do a systematic approach. If we don't do a systematic approach, then it kind of gets chaotic. It's been chaotic enough as it is, but today I think we can. We're still several days away, but I think I can start to see a little bit brighter light at the end of the tunnel. It's been very dim for the last few days. We couldn't see it there for a long time. So, we're moving in that direction. I will tell you, one of the things that I'm getting hit on a lot, or we're getting asked a lot about, you told me to call in if I need my meter base replaced. It was torn off the wall. I did. And I've gotten it replaced, and I called it in 3 days ago, and you still hadn't hooked me back up. That's the only thing. We actually brought 3 or 4 more crews in today. We're bringing about 4 more crews in tomorrow, that their sole responsibility will be to go back and hook individuals up. So if you've done that, if your meter base got torn off the wall and you've got it repaired and you've called it in, and make sure you call it back in, you'll start to see more and more of those come on in the next few days. So, but it's it's one of those things that happens when you have a storm like this. You get meter bases torn off. If you know your meter base is torn off and you haven't called in to have it cut loose, and you haven't contacted an electrician, just know that We'll cut the service loose, but it will be your responsibility to fix the meter base back, to have an electrician fix it back. We can't do that for you.
Yeah, somebody said that this morning, and I thought, oh, we need to make that real clear. So explain that just one more time for all of us.
So if your power is out, and even though you may assume that the whole road is out, go behind your house to where your meter base is at, and make sure that the meter base, the mast is, that we call it an entrance pipe with a weatherhead, and make sure that service is attached to where it goes to the pole for the transformer. If it is torn away from the house and you see your meter base laying on the ground, then you need to call it in and cut it loose. There's two things there. So I've already had some pictures sent to me today. There's going to be some instances where you don't call it in and they restore the power, and your power comes back on in your house, and your meter base and that hot wire is laying on the ground.
Oh no, that's terrible.
It will happen, and,
Okay.
and you know it happens. A lot of storms happen like that, but this one will be a lot of them. So. But just know that we find that and you call that in, when we come out, we're going to have to cut it loose, which is going to kill your power, until you get it fixed.
Yeah. So, okay. So if you know it's messed up, get an electrician.
You call first call Tippah Electric to go ahead and
Okay.
get on that list, because the list is, we still haven't cut everybody loose that needs to be cut loose. Call us, get on the list to be cut loose. Number two, that right then, call you a licensed electrician. Hey, my meter base has been torn off the wall. I need to get on the list. Because what we're hearing from the electricians is, when you get on the list, it's 2 or 3 days, 4 days before they can get to you, because there's just so many.
So many, right?
Yeah.
And should you also tell your insurance people as well?
The insurance, yeah, you can file a claim on the
Might as
insurance.
well,
I don't know exactly how that works. I'm sure that would go into your deductible
Right.
and so forth. That would be a question for your insurance.
You might as well tell them if
Yeah.
it's something that destructive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so just let you guys know if that's torn off the house, and y'all will get it where it doesn't come back on with a live wire and messing you up, and then get an electrician coming to your house. Get in line.
That's correct. Get in line, because that's going to be the stage in about 2 to 3 days. That's going to be the stage that we're at. We're nearing. I say nearing. I don't want to make that sound like that's going to be tonight or tomorrow. We're nearing over the next couple 3 days. We're nearing the large part to where we're setting the poles. Putting the main line wire back up. We're probably by end of the day, Monday, maybe Tuesday, that will be hopefully completed, and we'll be back to hooking up the ones and the twos where, we're replacing transformers if we have to. So it's very important that you look for your meter base. If it's damaged, the process. Call into Tippah Electric, get on the list to be cut loose. Call an electrician. Once he gets it fixed, get back on the list to get hooked back up.
Okay. What else do we need to talk about on this Friday afternoon?
Our numbers, and somebody's ever asked, well, what if your outage map is not correct? What it is, we think our outages are somewhere around 3,100. Just remember, we did not have a single meter that had electricity at the very beginning of this, so that was 14,000. So we've come a long way, and it's been slow, but we have we have an army of crews that's in here working.
Right.
They're from all over. I think I added some last night from some Kentucky. So Kentucky, Missouri, Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi that are in here working.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just don't see how you could go any faster.
It gets to a point to where we have to go. You don't say go slower, but we can only do it as fast as we can and do it safely.
Yeah, your men need to have rest. I mean,
Yeah.
they got to sleep.
They absolutely do, and that's another question we get. Well, how come you don't work, guys, 24 hours a day? And if it's an outage where you estimate you're only going to be out 36 hours, we do that sometimes. But when it's going to be a multi-day event, they have to have their rest, because the job is so dangerous. Your thinking starts to, your
Right.
mind begins to play tricks on you when you're out there. We can't have that.
Yep. Do you feel kind of like a football coach on 4th down on Friday night?
Yeah.
Everybody knows what you ought to do.
Yeah, yeah. So it's but this is and I've had several people reach out. Is this the worst? I said yes, by far. This is the
Yep.
worst I've ever seen.
Yep.
And way worse than '94.
Yes.
So
For certain, sure. Yes. And you guys are being magnificent. Thank you to you especially, and thank you to all the linemen out there. We really
thank you,
appreciate
Melanie. Thank you guys for helping us get the word out and this information. I've had several people tell me that what you guys are doing is great. So please continue to do
Yep.
that.
We'll take you back anytime. We're going to do this every not going to do 2-a-days next week. We're going to do 4 o'clock because we're feeling like the pressure is, it's getting a lot better. So we think a 1-day thing. So come any day, we'll
Okay.
put you back on the air and
Okay.
let you tell us how great it is.
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah, good. Try to get some rest this
Gonna
weekend.
try to.
Yes,
Gonna try
sir.
to.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Melinda. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Tim Smith, the General Manager at Tippah Electric Power Association. And now I'm going to be joined by the Ripley Main Street Director, Elizabeth Bain. And we have enjoyed doing all these updates with you guys. It is helpful to us to feel like we are helping get information out there because we like to have happy people in our county. That's our goal. That's what we like to do. And so it's the least that we can do to try and help put some good information out there. Okay. Here are our Friday afternoon updates. If you want to donate financially to help Northeast Mississippi recover from the ice storm, you can go to our webpage, shark1023.com. I have put 2 links that will take you out. One takes you to Tippah Strong, and the other one takes you to the Create Foundation. They are both great ways to help financially, so I hope to encourage you to give to both of those institutions to help people get back on their feet. Be sure to go to msema.org to self-report damage to your home. Every report helps us get closer to that declaration of natural disaster. Again, that link is on our website. Everything we talk about is on the website. You could go to our website and skip these updates. Everything is there. Many fire departments are reporting in the aftermath of the storm that people are signing up to become volunteer firemen, and we're really excited about that. If you think you might want to be part of your local fire department, check out our website, find your local fire chief, and give them a call. Today's the last day at the Faulkner Fire Department for it to be a warming center, and the last day to pick up supplies. Any supplies that are left over after today can be picked up at Faulkner Baptist Church. I'm going to nag you just a little bit again. It does no good for that to be water left over, those meals to be left over, toilet paper, anything to be left over. You might as well go get it and make use of it. Just the Crumbs Ministry will continue to serve lunch at the Faulkner Baptist Church parking lot from 11 to 2 every day through February 16th. Saturday, the Mitchell Fire Department is going to be open from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. and Sunday from noon until 4. You can still get a shower at the Dumas Fire Department. There may not be anyone at the fire department, but if anybody needs help out there at Dumas, you can call Fire Chief Lee Elliott, 662-570-0280. The Three Forks Fire Department is going to continue to offer showers and food delivery through Sunday because Walnut Lake still has no power and the roads are still, well, maybe they melted today. Let's hope so. This evening at 5 o'clock will be the last day to get supplies at the Dry Creek Fire Department as well. So y'all get on out there and get those supplies taken up. On Sunday, Dry Creek Fire Department's going to return to normal operations. We're all going to try to get back to normal. If you have a need out there in Dry Creek, you call your Fire Chief Tyler Panel at 662-210-2044. Spout Springs Fire Department's going to serve hot meals at 5 o'clock today. So don't cook dinner. Go out there and get you some dinner at Spout Springs. Ripley Second Baptist Church on Adams Street in Ripley is going to partner with 8 Days of Hope, and they're going to give meals today at 5 o'clock too. There's another choice for supper. The G-Spot, everybody loves that fish from the G-Spot, and they're coming Saturday with free fish plates, Saturday, February 8th from noon until they run out, which could be 12:15. They're so popular.
It will go fast.
They're going to be set up at the track in front of Ripley High School.
All right, and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., Second Baptist is partnering with New Albany Community Workers to offer a free fish fry at the corner of Terry and Adams Street in Ripley. Some more fish fries. Operation Barbecue Relief will also be at Walmart parking lot. Again, they've been there for the last few days, and they'll be there until Sunday from noon until 4 p.m. And if you want to volunteer, you could go up there and see them, or you could message us on Facebook with Ripley Main Street, and we will get in touch with them for you. Or you can go to obr.org. Mercy Chef's Ministry will be at Dumas Baptist Church with hot meals for the community this evening from 5:30 to 6:30. So you still have time to get out there. Lots of hot meal opportunities. You can find all of those on the Sharks website. But also, don't forget your restaurants that are not giving out free food because
Oh,
you know,
yes.
they were shut down for a while, and
Right.
they need our support as well as the retail shops around here. Also, remember when you get out to clean your yard, you know, with this warmer weather and pretty weather, leave all the broken power poles where they are. Power company will take care of those. Representatives from the Georgia Baptist Disaster Relief will be at the Blue Mountain Community Center tomorrow, Saturday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. to receive requests for assistance. So those services are free. They include tree removal from roofs, entryways to homes and driveways, and tarping of roofs. After Saturday, they'll be set up in another community in Benton or Tippah County. There are many dumpsters placed throughout the county to help you as you begin to clean out your freezers and refrigerators. So if you don't want to keep those in your garbage can until trash day, you can go ahead and take those to those dumpsters.
Let me tell you, Elizabeth, my aunt did that today. You don't want to keep that.
No, I'm scared. I haven't tried yet. And also, if your Tippah electric power was restored and it's gone out again, please call them. But as Tim said, you're not bothering them if you want to call and check on your power and let them know that it's still out. All of this information and lots of helpful links are on the Shark website, theshark1023.com. So please share that with your friends and your neighbors. And Melinda, do you want to tell them about the basketball regionals?
Oh, yes. Here we go. We're going to be back Monday afternoon with another update. Like I have said before, we won't do 2-a-days. We won't do that 10 o'clock. We're just going to do a 4 o'clock with this small caveat. There are regional basketball games Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, some Friday, and then Saturday. So they're all over the place because we have people in lots of different, like Pine Grove is in one group and Ripley's in one group and Blue Mountain's in one group. And so none of it matches up. But a lot of the games start at 4 o'clock. So for instance, on Monday, instead of coming on at 4 o'clock, we're actually going to come on the air at 3:40 so that tip-off can start right at 4 o'clock when it needs to. And that will be the Pine Grove girls game. They're going to play at 4 o'clock, and then the Faulkner boys game at 5:30, and then there'll be a little gap with music, and Pine Grove boys will start up at 8:30. You know how it is with tournaments, though. Some of those times may not be the same, so you might want to just turn your radio on the Shark or the app, whatever, and listen to the game that way, and then you'll not miss the beginnings of the games because they don't really start at 4, 5:30, and 8:30 ever. So those will all be broadcast live on the Shark, and you can call us if you have things that you want added to this. It's 662-837-1023, and check out our website so you stay informed. What else, Elizabeth? Anything else? Last words?
Can't think of anything. Valentine's Day is coming up, so you may want to get out and do some shopping. And there's Galentine's event next Friday. I think it's the 12th. Whatever
It's
day
the
the 12th is
12th.
on.
I think
Yeah,
it's Thursday.
could be.
I don't even know.
We'll check
Who
into that.
knows? What day?
What is today?
I know. What is today? What month is it? Yeah, Galentine's. So do plan to shop in town and go out to eat at your favorite restaurant. They're going to need help making up the difference of
Right.
when they were out. All right. You guys keep it tuned to the Shark and have a great, restful weekend.
Bye. Ooh, got nice and toasty in here.